Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is another edition of our Reddit look through, Reddit weekly wrestling Reddit recap. I came up with that last week, and I'm gonna run with it, man. I'm gonna run with it. I'm sure this black shirt over this black backdrop looks very, very good. It's just, I don't have much to say, man, for an entry. Let's just get into it. I haven't been as tapped into wrestling this week. I know it's crazy. I haven't watched 160 matches this week as I usually do. Mostly because the World Series has been taking over. Go Blue Jays. But I'm still tapped into what the stories, the big angles are, and let's just see what kind of dog shit slop's being talked about online, bro. And then let's just make fun of it, dude. Because that's really the point of all this thing here. So let's get into this, man. The fuck is going on here? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, okay, this is such a crazy thing to start off the fucking thing with, but yeah. I do feel bad for Piper. I don't trust Nico Extra as a source at all. Um, but if this is true, and she did suffer some really bad damage, I feel really bad for her. I think... I don't want to say the role she picked up alongside Chelsea Green was bad. But again, I just think there was so much more. I think she had the potential to be like a Nia Jax level competitor within the division, dude. And was worthy of like winning a world title. So if her career's really over, that seriously sucks. I think there's a lot of... It's not wasted potential because she found a niche and she worked with it really, really well. And she was very entertaining for the last year or so. But... if it isn't, hopefully she can come back and hopefully go on a title run. Because that's what I want to see her do. I don't even want to see her turn face. You can break her away from Chelsea Green. And still be a heel. And then just go for that top division title. Because I think she has the capabilities to do so, man. And I want to see her do it. So hopefully she can. So this is the end product. We got hyped for no reason. Dude, oh my god, man. Can you imagine a company that wants to create buzz for their biggest events of the year? Could you imagine that? How dare they? How fucking dare they create hype for the biggest event of the year, dude? How fucking dare they, man? This is so dumb, bro. We're just bitching just to bitch at this point. You know? Like, we're just finding any reason to fucking shit on this company, dude. Like, and I'm not, like... It's not like I have a problem with that, but like, Jesus Christ, guys. There's so much better things you can complain about current WWE stuff than fucking a teaser for WrestleMania. Like, how are you gonna get mad they hype something up? How are you gonna get mad at that? I don't know how. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, crucifying hot take. John Cena will go down as a bigger, more influential person in the business than Hulk Hogan. No. Okay, I hate using the argument that's saying, oh, Hulk Hogan created, like, the big boom we have now. But it's just that Hogan was just such, like, when you look at the time period that WWE was like, the world, America was in at that time, Hulk Hogan was such a good representation of American culture and everything that, like, like, everything that was going on at the time was about. He was such a good representation of that. And I don't think John Cena is kind of that representation of like culture then, aside from like some of his earlier career stuff. I think a lot of people just like him because he played a super good babyface well, and a lot of these people, that's just the guy people were watching at the time, like, because like, okay, bigger star, you could argue, I don't think Cena will have, I don't want to say the fall off that Hogan did, but, kinda, like, the post-career. I think Cena will have a better post-career than Hulk Hogan did. I don't think Cena's gonna be relegated to just doing fucking reality TV shows or whatever is, like, the fucking trend for older celebrities a few years down the line. I think he will still maintain a good career past wrestling. But I think being a more influential person in the business, that's hard to say. That's just hard to say. Because I don't think Hogan Influences was good. Like, surely, like, in terms of, like, what he thought of wrestling, right? Like, what Hogan did was just to put him over because that's what did numbers, But I think Cena just has a better vision of what wrestling actually is and can be. So I think what you specifically said is true. I just don't think that, Hogan meant more to wrestling back then than Cena did now. I think the WWF at the time needed Hulk Hogan more than the WWE needed John Cena. You know what I mean? I think from that perspective, I think Hogan's better. But from what you said here, Cena will probably go down as a bigger and more influential person in the business of Hulk Hogan. Because I think too, like all the wrestlers coming up now will look towards John Cena as like an actual like, you know, source of inspiration. Like across all boards, dude. You know what I mean? So yes, you're technically right. Read the bottom tweet first. Growing up is realizing that Roman Reigns' hate in 2016 was forced. If he debuted now, the IWC would love him like they do Braun Breaker or Austin Theory. I think you kind of spit in there. Not like the second part more. I think, you know, we've come to appreciate, at least wrestling fans in, you know, the WWE days, like in the 2020s, I've really come to appreciate Haas wrestling a lot more, like big powerhouse guys a lot more. Because, you know, we've seen the average weight of a wrestler go down a couple pounds in these last few years. So there's more of an appreciation for the bigger guys now. But what this guy's also saying is true, man. He was literally worse than Jack Swagger. He couldn't cut a single decent promo. He was horrible in ring. They were forcing him down everyone's throats. He was giving him a massive push when he was clearly not ready. Without Paul Heyman, he's basically a Jack Swagger 2.0. Okay, let's cut through all these points. Literally worse than Jack Swagger. No, he wasn't. I mean, Jack Swagger played his role better, but he was way better. Roman Reigns is way better in the ring than Jack Swagger ever was. Even at this time, he was better in the ring than Jack Swagger was. He couldn't cut a single decent promo. That is true. This guy could not talk for even 2016. He had shit kind of figured out, but even then, it was just like, ugh. It was an unfortunate situation for him at that time. He was horrible in ring. No, he wasn't. He could be carried pretty into a good match, and then later down the line, he started having really good matches. He very much improved as time went on, to even the point like 2015, he was having good matches. So to say he was horrible in ring, I think is a bit of a lie. They were forcing him down everyone's throats. Yes, they still were in 2018. They tried everything. That's the biggest thing. That's why people like. Okay, so he specifically said the hate in 2016 was forced. I don't think it was. I think, you know, we were at a point, you know, all 2015, this guy was just fucking everywhere, dude. You know, like this guy was always in the top level, and you know, he was once again going for a title. Like, he was better in 2015 because he wasn't always going for a title. He was having feuds like the Wyatt family and like doing fucking whatever. But every single time he got into the title picture, it was just kind of like, ugh, dude, get out of here, man. Which is why I don't feel as bad about it when, like, you know, later down the line. It's like in 2017, he was pretty bearable. He was given a massive push when he clearly was not ready. That is true. That is very true. And then without Paul Heyman, he's basically a Jack Swagger 2.0. But he really found him. It's hard to say how much like influence Paul Heyman had in like the growth of his character. You know, like, would he have still gotten the promo ability he has now without Paul Heyman? That's really hard to say, man. I'm not too sure about that. I think there's some things that are right, some things that are wrong about it. Like, things I agree with, things I don't agree with in both of these guys' thing. I think if he debuted now, like the way he is, I think he would. I think he'd be able to find his character a lot quicker. And I think they'd be smarter about it. They'd know. Because if he debuted now, at this point, they know when to push a guy and when not to push a guy, because there's a new person in charge, mostly up top. So they would have been smarter about it if he debuted now. So I think that's not a really fair comparison. Why is HHH even on this poster? It's a great question. Dude, okay. I find it so funny that, you know, people are like, oh, you know, like I'm not saying you're wrong. It is very funny he put himself in the poster, but it's clearly just to like kind of prove, like not prove, but like establish that they're distancing themselves from the Vince McMahon era and Vince McMahon himself. They're trying to say, hey man, with Triple H at the front, they're just trying to say, hey man, you know, new era, new bunch of guys. Here's the new guy in charge, it's Triple H, and you know, like, he's running things now. And like to say it's like, oh, he's not even using his character, or he's not even a character. Why is he on the poster if he's not even a character? Dude, he's Triple H. He has a character. Triple H. What do you mean he's not playing his character? I guess just by going by Paul Levesque now is a bit weird, and you could point to it like, no, he's not actually playing his character now, which I guess is a fair argument. But it's just to establish that it's a new era. That's all. That's the only reason why. It's literally just to create hype that there's a new era in WWE now. So that's why they do it. That's just why. An actual decent decision, turning our heel, yes. But even then, oh, really? 3 matches she's had for the belts. And we're gonna get more of them, like, fuck me, man. Can Bianca Belair just come back? I'm begging you at this point, dude. Please. I'm never going to look at Jay like he's Roman. You shouldn't. You fucking shouldn't. Who said you should? Who told you should? Don't listen to that guy. You shouldn't. And I think, I'm still intrigued with where they're gonna go with this, man. Because I think like they've learned from the whole Solo Sikoa thing, of like wow he really can't be replaced. And I think we kind of, we all kind of knew that. So for him to try to be like that, out of desperation for trying to win, and succumbing to the pressures of like us, I guess fuck me, my hair, coming like to the pressures of like us, the online community. It's an interesting angle. You shouldn't look at him like he's Roman, because he's not Roman. He's Jey Uso. And I think for him to just kind of like go through this arc, I think it'd be a short-term thing. You know what I mean? I think it's just kind of a way to like, I think it's gonna be one of those heel turns where it's like you don't really want to see him do it like this, but like which will garner a lot more support for him, which is funny. But it's just a way to like make his character more interesting, man, more in depth, which I like. Make him more than a yeet merchant, which I think he is more of, and I think he still has the capabilities to have interesting angles and storylines. So we'll see going forward. Really? We're really gonna be nostalgic for Vince McMahon? Fuck you guys. Oh my god. Fuck you if you're nostalgic for Vince McMahon, bro. All the fucking complaining, dude. Fucking bully, right? Yeah, man. Dude, you should go work for the NWA, bro. Like, these storylines would fucking be fire in the NWA, dude. Holy shit, man. That's so funny. What a grifter, man. I also love how people, like, when wrestlers kind of, like, don't like AEW, they just say all their matches were shit when they really fucking weren't. Like, if you go back and actually watch Dudley Boy matches, they were all pretty good. But that's besides the point. This is just fucking ridiculous, man. Pitched a storyline where LA Knight loses his voice, with heel wrestlers mocking him until the day he finally speaks again for the first time, which would turn him into a massive babyface because the crowd would feel sympathetic towards him. There are no words for that kind of level of like in-depth storytelling, dude. Like, he's cooking right there, bro. We gotta let him cook. Who is your 2025 W Superstar of the Year? She's the, what's it called? Breakout Star of the Year, Stephanie Vakira, I would say. No. Fuck no. Unfortunately not. In terms of like, I think he'd probably be the Outstanding Superstar of the Year. Really? Is there no one else? Is there really fucking no one else that could win that like Outstanding Superstar of the Year? Wait. Who has had regular TV bangers this year specifically? Maybe Penta? Maybe Penta could? She can be NXT Women's Wrestler of the Year. That's fine. No. Why? He's been out most of it. Oh, that was it? Really? Okay, in terms of like the biggest star of the year, it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes again. Not unfortunately, but like, no one else has really just broken through, like had a bigger breakout year this year to be like the MVP of this year other than like Stephanie Vakir. This is why I love NXT. Unlike the main roster, it never the next guy or next the... What the fuck did I just read? I had a stroke. Unlike the main roster, it never the guy or next the woman. Anyone can become champ anytime on NXT, and it just works. I don't know, man. This still feels weird to me to see Tatum Paxley win the NXT Women's title. I didn't watch the event, I'll be honest, so... but, it's believable. It's good for her. I feel good for her. Hopefully they can continue it and make herself presented very strongly, but... I think we have found some, like, interesting character work for her at this point now, man. Like, we've found something that works for her. And so hopefully we can just continue to develop that, and she can develop into, first of all, a better wrestler. But second of all, just get more character work done with her, man. So it's interesting. I'm intrigued by this. Everyone will quit WWE if this happens. No, they fucking won't. That's the thing. That's why they should do it, because you know you won't. You're not going to. You always fucking say you will, but you never do it. I'm tired of these people, man. We have the alternative. Go. You have alternatives. If you don't like this shit, go. You don't have to. You literally don't have to. No one's telling you to. Leave. You don't have to. What the fuck? What the fuck does huepa mean? It's Spanish for something. I don't know what it is, but he said it a few times. This is a fucking horrible shirt though, man. Holy shit. This is terrible. Who's the greatest US champion in this picture? Let's see. We got a this is like of the new belt design. I'm going to go with wow, this is not a great lineup. It's either Sami Zayn, Priest defended it a lot of times, so Damian Priest is up there, and Lashley's up there with that 2022 reign as well. Oh, I guess he also had the 2020 reign, which is pretty cool too. This is a fucking cool. Oh, you know what? I fucking like this belt design, man. I can't lie. This is real. That belt design is actually really growing on me, dude. It actually looks pretty cool. I so wish that like the stars were backed by a blue backdrop, but it's a fucking good design, bro. I can't lie. All right. I said this last time, man. Who the fuck cares about dislikes? Why do we care? What reason? What legitimate business? Like, okay. When we look at like something like the Diesel experiment, right? He gets blamed a lot for like just the bad turnout of like, you know, ticket sales were down, everything was down while he was champion, bro. What business decision, what business like output, statistic could you pull to me and say, oh yeah, it's because specifically of Jey Uso that we need to switch this up? Genuinely, what is there? Like, you only say the experiment needs to end now because people online don't like it. And yes, like, you know, as the years go on, the online community will have a bigger presence in what like dictates storylines going forward, but we're still not at a point where it's affecting them so much that the business is starting to go down, you know? They don't rely on it so much that business is actually being affected by what you guys we are saying. We are saying, you know? So I don't see a reason to. If you don't like it, just say you don't like it, man. You don't have to don't back your arguments up, your opinions up with like these fucking pointless statistics, man. Like, just say you don't like it. I always get so annoyed when people do this. Just say you don't like it. Don't be like, oh, well, you know, it says 111,000 dislikes, so this makes my point validated, and it should end, you know? Because there's a million fucking reasons why it shouldn't end. So just say you don't like it, man. Question, where the fuck is America made? Very nice. I like the Google search picture for him, too. I don't know, man. I saw a lot of talk about the Creed brothers, and, you know, a lot of reflecting back on the match they had the Judgment Day, where he kicked out his finisher and, you know, almost killed the guy. And that kind of sucks when that happens, man. I hate seeing that happen to, like, a genuinely good tag team like the Creed brothers, dude. I hope that it really wasn't the reason why, and I just think hopefully they're underutilized. I don't know what they're doing with Raw's tag team division. I don't know who's running that shit, but it feels like it just fucking focus on your tag division, man. Why must they give credit to Brian James for actually being invested in their tag division? Brian James sucks as a writer, and he's putting more emphasis on the tag division than whoever's writing Raw is, dude. God damn it, man. And people compare them. What is the worst Royal Rumble win in your opinion? This one was fire. I loved this one. Winning it in jeans is fucking crazy, man. I can't disagree with this one. They went for a comeback angle that just didn't really pan out as well as I thought it would. This one aged poorly. They really, dude, people forget, man, how much fucking Del Rio was pushed in that initial start to his career, man. Shit was crazy. Won the Royal Rumble, challenged for a world title at WrestleMania, didn't win it, and then won the Money in the Bank, cashed in the main event of SummerSlam, all within, like, the first year of his fucking main roster debut, bro. Like, holy shit, man. This one was pretty bad. That one was also pretty bad. I don't know. I'm trying to think which one really fucking rubbed me the wrong way. Like, of all time? Maybe the 2020 Charlotte Flair win. Maybe. Because she challenged for an NXT title, which is kind of crazy and of a waste, and a real waste of a Royal Rumble. I think that's like something that someone who doesn't, you should have given it to Shayna Baszler. Or who the fuck, they had a 5-way for the SmackDown. God almighty, what a shit division it was at that time. I don't know, man. You could have done something else. Devon Dudley claims AEW talent have frustrations over Tony Khan and others to call the shots. What the fuck would Devon Dudley know about that? Has he even been backstage? Not sure if he wants something to happen or not. I promise you he'll make the final decision. Thank you for sticking up to your billionaire boss. I appreciate that. Just goes to show you how far being a good guy gets you sometimes, man. God damn. He doesn't like that his mediocre sons never got offered a contract. See, this is what I mean, bro. I love how, like, people, like... Devon Dudley just said, like, this is even, like, comparing to, like, the shit about, like, him spreading lies or whatever. All this guy said was that I don't like the way AEW is run. That's all he said. And then, like, this fucking guy, like, just claps back saying, like, oh, your sons are mediocre at wrestling and you have a bias towards them. I just don't like shooting up them from that angle, man. You know what I mean? I don't like the low blows that people will take sometimes when people just, like, say something like this, you know? Like, saying something like you just don't like the way it's run. Like, because there are points sometimes I don't like the way it's run. I don't like the way show's booked either sometimes. So to take a low blow like that is just kind of like, eh. But also, you fucking girl pair. Who cares? Really, who cares? Yeah. Dude, going back and watching AEW Dark on YouTube is awesome, man. So, and you just see shit like this. Also, could you get your fucking cursor off that before you post a photo, bro? Like, what are we doing? Sick. Best women's wrestler in the world, bro. The best women's wrestler on your roster. Humiliated, bro. It's the humiliation ritual, dude. It's like what happened with Toni Storm in WWE, bro. Like, oh, man. How could she stand to do that, bro? She should quit right now. How the fuck did this guy injure his ACL? What was he doing? Walking? No way this guy actually injured in the ring or something, man. Oh, that sucks. I hope he recovers well. I didn't even know this guy was still around, to be honest. Oh, that was Anthony Bowen saying that. Oh, that was just some fan, dude. Holy shit, these guys are gonna fucking die. This is awesome, though. I can't lie, dude. That's gonna be the best squash match you've ever seen. I hate seeing this because, like... Man, can you just... Fuck, I want to like Hook so bad. I really do. I want to like him a lot, man. But god damn, they don't let this boy shine, bro. They just... I swear to God, AEW has, like, a fucking problem with just trying to, like... actually showcase, like, you know, their own talent well, you know? Unless the dude is, like, standing them out themselves or having good matches, AEW doesn't know what the fuck to do to, like, present a guy, like, you know, strong. Like, a new talent, you know? Like, because, like, it's like, the answer is, like, oh, you know, always have him paired up with a guy, you know? Always have him paired up with someone. Hook goes through 9 teams. Wheeler Yuta's stuck in groups, being the fall guy for them all. He's gonna be the fall guy for Blood and Guts. You know, it takes someone like Darby Allin, who just does so well in the ring. Someone like MJF, who just, again, has his own character going for him. And then someone like, fuck, who else is like a stand-up? I don't know. Like Sammy Guevara's in the tag team, bro. He's in the LFI. That's what they don't. I don't get this, dude. They just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'll leave it on this. Crazy to see Bayley with Chris Statler. That was pretty insane. I'll leave it on that, though. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below of everything I said. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Here's a playlist of all my other Reddit videos. Here's a video of the YouTube things you like. And you can subscribe to the channel right here. That's going to do it for me, though, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.